Hello again, Polar Goose here. Welcome back, welcome back. It's a new year. There's snow all over, which is so exciting. I love the first time when I wake up and the whole world's covered by snow, and there's been like little bits here and there, but nothing quite like waking up and the world's just blanketed in snow, you know. The bedroom is twice as bright as it normally is because the sunlight is reflecting off of all the snowflakes. It's wonderful. I've made quite a bit of progress since the last video. I continued crocheting alone this dark green row. I finished it up, got back to where I was and continued, and made these nice little, they're more flowers I guess, these little baubles. And then did this blue row, which pulled them all together. So instead, unlike these double crochet togethers, I think these are like double crochet four togethers. These are just like these are just clusters, right? These are normal clusters. Is this in focus? It is totally in focus. These are clusters, these yellow guys. These ones are not clusters. These are just 4 double crochets. And then the blue round comes in. You can see it's got this whole zigzag formation in the back. And crocheting basically around the first and last of the 4 double crochets, pulling them into this formation, which is interesting. And I think I'm going to use these later. I don't remember for what though. And then there was a little bit of white just for fun. And now we've begun the trees. The trees all look like this. This is just the trunk, and these are the gnarl stitches. This is a whole lot of fun. It's all working into chains. It's chain 10 and then working into the back loops, like 9 single crochet together, and it pulled them all into this formation, crocheting into 9 of the back loops and then pulling them all together like unfinished single crochets. So I finished these, and now I'm doing did a bunch of these these, I don't know, they're just nice and they're just pretty. I don't think they were anything specific, but it's just contrast with the pink that I'm now doing. These are beautiful flowers, flower beds beneath the trees, where we're going to use the dark green for like 3 or 4 rows in a row, making these beautiful foliage around the gnarls, which is so pretty. I can't wait. I think a lot of treble stitches. That's gonna be fun. But right now, these are puff 4s. So these are puff 4s around the post of these double crochets, right? So they look like this. Yarn over, go from front to back to front around the double crochet. I'll go a little bit closer. I'll pull it up and then I'm gonna go back. So yarn over from front to back to front, yarn over, pull up like a nice length of yarn right there, right? Yarn over again. We're gonna do this 3 more times. That's 2, 3, and 4. This is 9 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all of them, and then there's like a chain just to close it off, and then single crochet into the next stitch, which pulls it to the side and does this really nice sort of side thing, which you can see is going on in the other ones, which I think is really, really pretty. And it also looks very nice on the back. Look at the other side of this. Take a look at that. Now, isn't that pretty? What a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. What a gorgeous project. So I've done most of this row. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these arches left, and then we'll slip stitch into the first stitch, and then we'll complete this row. And that is the end of actually part 4 out of 17. 4 of 17, I can't believe it. And we'll begin part 5, which is all the foliage. I cannot wait. So, without further ado, yeah, what's going on with you? How's your new year? Any interesting resolutions? New Year's resolutions, I know it's a big thing. I haven't done any official resolutions, but I just began a brand new job, which is at my college, where I'm working with the computer science department to help other students who need help with computer science, related things. So, right, so I'm a junior, and let's say you're a freshman, right, and you're just starting computer science and you have no idea what is going on. You can sign up for a one-on-one with me or some other students who are in this program, and we can sit down with you and help you work through some of your problems. Not to give you answers on your homework, but more like help you understand how to work through problems so you can do it on your own. So that's a new job I'm starting, and again, I wouldn't say it's like a resolution, like a New Year's resolution, as much of just like a personal resolution for my own sanity, which is I'm setting much stronger work boundaries, which is really important to me. I did a job about a year ago where I tried doing HR for another company. I was doing interviews and then looking over the interviews and comparing them to a rubric and sending on, I was basically making hiring decisions for this company based on their rubric, which is a lot of responsibility. And I set no boundaries. So like this isn't like a clock in, clock out kind of thing. It was just, check the forms every day, see if anyone applied on LinkedIn or Indeed, I guess Indeed it was. And then if someone applied, reach out to them, send an email, and set up an interview. So it was all like make your own hours, which seemed very appealing at first, right? Like, this is awesome, make my own hours. But I did not know the pitfalls of make your own hours, which is if you don't make your own non-hours, then you are always on call. You are always on the clock. And I would put this more to like, I put this mostly on me for not knowing how to set boundaries. But basically, it took over my life. At the end of these, after doing 9 of them, instead of single crochet, we'll now do a chain, like that. And then go into these, so pull down the tree. Look at these little single crochets here, 1, 2, 3, go into the middle one, do a single crochet there. Boop. And then another chain. Doot, doot, doot. I love these sound noises. What am I doing? Sound effects. Beep, boop, beep, boop. And then we're gonna do another puff. What's a puff noise? No. Like they're kind of like swirly. I don't know. I don't know what a puff noise is. This is an ASMR channel now. Anyway, as I was saying, work boundaries. Yeah, I didn't set any of them. So I was getting emails at like 11 p.m., right? And then stressing about them that night, and I couldn't sleep properly because I was like, okay, now I need to set up like a time, and then I would set up times, and then I would just like always, I basically put myself in a situation where I was always on call 24/7. And the moment I got an email, like an applicant, I was stressing out that I needed to like immediately respond because we're going to lose the applicant. And if I didn't respond quick enough, my boss would be upset at me for not doing it and we'd lose the applicant, but we needed people working, and I just became a mess. And I just tried to reply to everything immediately, which was impossible. And it took over my life, and I eventually quit because I didn't know what to do. It was way too much. Now this job is make your own hours, right? Sounds familiar? Make your own hours, and people sign up for things, and you need to be ready. So there is this little bit of on-callness, and I get texts and emails from my boss saying, hey, I need this, hey, I need that. But I decided this time to do things a little differently. Got a little bit of a yarn situation. Give me a second. We've resolved the yarn situation. Excellent. And this time, I have set up a custom Do Not Disturb mode on my phone that allows texts and things and normal notifications that I want, but it does not allow emails that can come from work and another messaging platform, which is what my boss primarily uses. And I turned that on after 5 p.m. Right? So now I've decided that no matter what, There is nothing that might happen that is so time sensitive that it cannot wait until tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And it feels a little bit scary to me. It feels a little bit scary that like my boss might text me at 6 p.m. and he might not get a response until the next day. But I know they don't care. I know this guy is a great guy. He doesn't care. It's all in my head. And I just need to chill out a little bit and just be like, oh yeah, that's normal that people are doing other stuff at 6 p.m. and that they look at their work things at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. So I've just begun and I've already stuck to this, and it feels a little bit scary, but very good. And then, you know, I turn off the mode when I'm ready to do work, and, you know, then I see the work things and I respond to them, and it's not a problem. So the semester hasn't begun yet. I think it's going to be very important during the semester when I have other assignments and responsibilities. So I hope I can keep this up. That's kind of my not New Year's, but my sanity resolution, my work resolution, so that I can continue to function and enjoy myself, and, you know, and crochet without thinking about work. There's literally nothing on my mind right now because I've done what I need to do so far for the week, and that's it. I'm not going to look at the notifications until Monday. And that's all I need to know. And I think it's just a lot healthier. I think it's healthier for me, and I think it's a good, I think setting these kind of boundaries, like right away when you just start, is really important. It sort of sets the precedent for how things are going to go, which is another mistake I made. Like in the other job, I felt like I couldn't change the things. Once the precedent I felt had been set, that I will respond to you immediately, I felt like I couldn't just stop doing that. Although I could have. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable to send out a message to people, hey, like, sorry, what I'm doing right now is unsustainable. I need to slow down for my own mental health. And I'm sure people would understand, but I did not have the confidence in myself to do that. And I've grown. I have grown. Well, actually, I still don't know if I would have the confidence to do that. But what I have done is, you know, decided to start on my terms. So I'm really proud of myself for that. That's something that's hopefully going to make a big difference in my quality of life. So that's something. What else? I'm making videos, which is really fun. The editing process is interesting because I gotta sit here and listen to all my talking. I don't know, make sure I don't dox myself or something. But yeah, I just want to at least go through the whole video or all of the footage once at least to make sure it's good before posting it. Or, you know, I want to edit it, cut out some things. Sometimes I just sit here and do nothing for a minute, and you can cut that out. So that takes time. So I might, this is kind of funny, I might start crocheting while watching back my video of crocheting, which is kind of funny. But I've also found that in the editing software I'm using, which is the free version of DaVinci Resolve, you can press L while playing back the footage, and it will double it up to 64 times, which is ridiculous. But yeah, doubling and quadrupling the speed during long stretches is quite helpful, so I know what's going on. Is this more than 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's 9. So I'm just trying to make sure there's always 9 loops, so that they're all consistent, because 9 loops means that's what a puff 4 has. A puff 4 ends with 9 loops on your hook. So yeah, the editing is fun. I really enjoy making the little montages in the beginning. I've recorded some nice footage of the snow for this one. I'm excited to put that together. Finding music is always a little bit of a challenge, but kind of fun. You know, I want to find royalty-free, you know, DMCA-free music, so that I don't get struck down by our music overlords. And I don't know, this channel is just for fun. I'm not gonna start paying money for you know, to license music for this. So I guess I could reuse some of the music. It's not like it's that prominent. So I could look into that. I know a channel I enjoy watching sometimes. What's his name? Oh, Alvin Zhu, I think. Does these very artistic baking baking videos where he doesn't talk at all. It's just his artistic shots of him putting together these ridiculous things like 100-hour brownies or something like that. You may have seen it. And I think he uses the same music each time, which is a different kind of vibe, you know? There's a certain consistency between the videos, which is kind of sweet. It's like the Alvin music, you know? Is this 7 or 9? I can't tell. 3. I think it's 9. Anyway, I got really, really sick. I got really sick at the end of last semester, and I couldn't take any of my finals. I was just in bed for the entire finals week. So I'm starting to think about finals, so I worked with my professors to get extensions to basically give me what's called an incomplete grade, which puts the course on pause. So there's no grade at the end of the semester. It's not like a detriment. It's not a positive. It's just you haven't finished the course yet. But now I need to schedule with my professors my final exams. It's any time during the spring semester, so I assumed they would want to do them in the beginning of the semester. So I decided to just enjoy my winter break and sort of study towards the end. But I think that time is kind of coming. And I got to refresh myself on some discrete math and assembly language and advanced computer science topics like syntax and semantic analysis. Well, I don't know how advanced that is, but slightly more advanced, like the theory behind programming languages. I had one of these courses, which is like analyzing the development of programming languages and how compilers work, how they read code and put it into binary. So you have to, yeah. So I'm not looking forward to that, but so I got to do that in addition to starting all my new courses. None of them look very easy. Although word on the street is that my linear algebra professor, linear algebra. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit behind. I'm doing things a little bit out of order, but that's the last math class I have not taken, even though I've already taken discrete math. But word on the street is that this professor is like one of the best in the math department. So hopefully that's, well, at the very least tolerable, but maybe even enjoyable, right? I love an enjoyable math class, because math is difficult enough as it is, so it's nice when you have a good professor who makes things fun or really good, easy to understand, or easy to work with in office hours, you know? I love a professor who's fun to be with in office hours, who's, you know, willing to sit down with you and discuss the material for as long as you need, you know. Some professors not as much, but some professors are really like, my discrete math professor was awesome. He told me once, as I was apologizing for taking up so much of his time, oops, I need a chain here. He said, they don't pay me to teach students here. He said, they pay me to grade papers. I want to sit here and teach all day. That's what I love. And I was like, this man loves what he does. And that's really sweet. Yeah, because I walked in and he was working on a big stack of you know, tests to grade, and I was like, oh no, am I interrupting? Is this a bad time? And he said, oh no, I want to do nothing else than, you know, discuss discrete math with you, rather than grading these papers. So that was nice. Where are we up to? Ooh, we're almost done. It's the last ones. So we're gonna complete these last puffs. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. Next puff, 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. Someone mentioned in the comments on another video, I don't know if it was the most recent one or maybe the first video. If you're watching, if you're back, please say hi in the comments. that they're doing a free-form crochet, freestyle crochet, which I was very impressed with. I don't think I've ever done freestyle crochet. So they were making a, what was it, a holder for a chapstick, I think, perhaps, which would make sense considering the season. But, well, if you're in the northern hemisphere. Any, you know, if you're watching from Australia, where it is beginning the summer. I think the kids are getting out for summer vacation soon. Maybe they're already out. Anyway, so freestyle crochet is really cool. I mean, that's just incredible to me. And I think I kind of touched on it when I was talking about maybe one day I'd make my own patterns, which, well, it's two different things. There is something called, I don't know the name of it, where it's just like you just abstract, you just crochet. You just don't even think about it. You're not trying to make anything. You just do stitches anywhere. Like, just stick your hook in and just start doing stitches and just make like an abstract heap of stitches, which seems more therapeutic to me than anything else. But then there's another thing, which is trying to create something, which I wonder if I'll try doing. It seems kind of exciting. I don't know. Maybe I'd try it with some, you know, some pretty cheap yarn first, and if I do something well, or well enough, then I would then I can get some better yarn and do it right. But I don't even know what I would make. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'm pretty into this tapestry stuff. Maybe I could do a tapestry, or a mosaic crochet really interests me too, because you can just, you know, do artistic things with that are so different from other kinds of crochet. So I could see myself trying to do some mosaic crochet. Maybe that'll be after this project, in another year, however long this takes. I really wonder how much I'll be able to do once college is in full swing. I hope I could do a bit every single week. I don't know if I'll be able to do a video every week, because that takes even more time. And I still haven't quite figured out like a very comfortable setup for recording. So this is a bit of a situation to set up, you know? Which is not the worst thing. Did I do this right? I don't think so. We have a single, what? Single half double. This is also half double. Oh, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Supposed to, okay. We're gonna undo that. So we're not supposed to do this puff. I'm undoing it. It's not supposed to be there. It's just a single crochet here, and then a chain. And then we go into this guy. There we go. Pull that out. That looks right. So we got single, half double, single. And if we go to the other side, we got the single, half double, single. Perfect. So, let me move some of my props, my gorgeous yarn. And, oops. Let me lay this out. Lay this out for you, so you can see what we're looking at. Is that all in frame? I don't even know if the whole thing fits in frame anymore. Just about. So, we got the girls, we got all the tulips, we got all the grass done now, the grass fields, we got these little flowers, and all of our tree trunks, which are a little bit curly right now, but that will be sorted out once all the foliage starts connecting everything. And this beautiful row, or these few rows, of the dark blue, light blue, and then the pink flowers. Oh, my hand is out of frame. Like here. Is this in frame? This is totally in frame. Well, I'll fold it up now. But yeah, these beautiful rainbow rows. I love them. They're so pretty. They're really nice on the other side too. Maybe one day I'll just, I don't know. I don't really know what my plans are for this, but I love the other side. I like seeing this sort of behind the scenes row. All the work that you don't see. You know, all the blue stitches here, which barely, you know, they're just peeking out. Or, oh, this row. This dark pink row. This is all this work for some tiny little guys peeking out between the grass. And I love that. I love all this secret work on the other side. Anyway, thanks for joining me. This has been really fun. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.